There. Okay. All right. Go.
This is Lafe Hotchkiss. This is the beginning of my solar project. I've been working on wanting to get solar for many years now, and I finally got it started. If he wants to move that camera around, you can see the beginning of my project up there. We're going to have 18 panel array up there. The rest of my panels are on the ground right now. I'm producing electricity as we speak. These are, I got, most of them are 24 volt panels. These are 12 volt panels.
Is that like permanently positioned in that?
This one I can track the sun.
Okay.
The telephone pole's in the way, so I'm gonna, but I can, when it gets over there, I can track it down and I can tilt it the other way. I can move it this way and then tilt it. Yeah, I can tilt it.
Well, one of our friends did. Wow. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Wow. One of our friends did was they actually took a like a direct TV or a dish mount, and they mounted a couple of panels and stuff on that too. It's
yeah. I've got a couple of those dish mounts laying on the thing up there. I'm going to use for smaller panels to run a 12 volt lighting system. So I've got a few of those myself. Any other questions? And then we can go and I'll show you the plug and play inverters.
Okay.
I use those plug and play inverters from China, and they're not as efficient as a regular inverter, but they work, and you don't need an electrician to plug them in. Any other questions?
Yeah. What brand panels do you use?
They're mostly Sharp panels, but they're unbranded. They're 24 volts. All these laying out here are 24 volt. These bigger ones are about 280 watt. The rest of them are about 235, 240 watts. I can't remember the one of the two. You probably want to put matching panels on an inverter. So like those two are the same kind of panels, and they're on one inverter. Those two are on another inverter. These four right here are on an inverter. Those four 12 volt are on a separate inverter. These three 175 watt Sharp panels are on a separate inverter. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inverters altogether, and you can just stack them. You can plug them into a power strip. You can only get up to about 1875 watts on those protected power strips. After that, they'll trip. So you got to separate them per power strip. I did have some one of those meters. Well, the kilowatt meters, but they don't last very long. You know, they track how many kilowatts I use and stuff like that. But have your electric company come out if you're doing grid tie, and they'll program your meter to they'll track. It tracks right now just how much you use. But if they can change it so it'll track how much you make if you're grid tied. Okay. So and mine does that.
So you're plugged in your grid tie right now?
I'm grid tied. So yesterday I made 2 extra kilowatts. See, I'm trying to get where I'll just produce what I use. And then Green Mountain, once I get 10 more panels above these, when I'm making a lot of electricity, Green Mountain will buy my extra electricity.
So you're with Green Mountain Power?
Yeah, yeah. And they're the only ones that outright buy your electricity from you. But you got to get an approved system from Encore, and I'm kind of going through a thing like that right now. TXU, they don't want to approve those plug and play inverters just outright. They tell you to have an inspector come out and inspect it to make sure they're used as intended. Well, how else can you use them as intended? They're plug and play. You hook them up to a panel and you plug them in. So, but another electrician told me that we're out in the county. We don't have to have anything inspected out here. So I'm going to call back TXU when I'm ready and tell them to approve my system, and once it's approved, then the Green Mountain will buy my extra electricity. But right now I just produce. You know, if I'm producing too much electricity, I'll make sure there's air conditioners running so it doesn't waste it.
Do you have you ever heard of the 12-volt hot water heater elements?
Yeah.
You know, for using that as a dump. Do you have a dump, or you just take everything? Just goes to you have battery bank?
No, everything goes to the grid.
Everything goes to the grid.
Everything has to go to the grid. Yeah, and I thought about that's one of my things. I was gonna replace one of the elements with a couple about 600 watts of panels up on the roof there, and run one off the element during the day, you know, off that, and that would cut your electric bill in half. I mean, quite a bit on your water, and then only do your laundry and showers during the day when you need the hot water. Yeah. That way.
Do you have a website?
Nope, no website.
Do you wanna give everybody a little information about how to get a hold of you? How would they get a hold of you? Do you have a email, or
I'm on Craigslist.
On Craigslist.
I sell panels on Craigslist.
Okay. Do you have like an email address or something? Because some people that see this may be up in Kentucky or Arkansas, and they might want to call you and say, hey, you know, what kind of deal would you make me? Would you ship me panels? Would you be interested in shipping panels if somebody?
Yeah, I can ship them. I'll just ship them from the warehouse that I sell for.
Okay.
Lafe SR51 at sbcglobal.net.
Okay.
That's Lafe SR51 at sbcglobal.net.
Okay. All right.
And they're welcome to send me an email if you have any questions or anything or concerns. We can see the inverters over here.
Okay. All right. We'll take a little trip over this way here.
Get some light here.
Okay.
I can pull these down.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
yeah, these are those plug-and-play inverters. They come in 12 volt, 24 volt, and some of them even run 36 and 48 volt panels. But the more voltage they'll run, the more expensive they are. 500 watt is about $130. This is probably about, you get it on sale for $130. You know, 150 when they're not.
So that one's 600
watt,
and that's 500,
500 watt.
Okay.
Yeah, these are both 24 volt. I like the Sun Mass Power. I don't sell them, but you know, I'm not an agent for Mass Power Sun products, but
are those modified, like a modified sine wave, right?
Yeah, these go right into the grid. All you do is hook them up, and this is.
Because I mean, there's a difference. There's a modified sine wave, and then there's a pure sine wave. And pure sine wave, they say, use that with computers and TVs and things like that.
This just goes into the grid, so it doesn't matter. It matches the grid. It matches the grid signal, but a little above it. So that way.
So it kind of blends.
Yeah, it blends in with it. Blends. It feeds into the system. This 500 with, there's probably 240, 480 watts out there, and it probably only puts out 300 watts, and this one probably only 3 or 4, because they're just not that efficient. But you know, but it's free electricity, and they say 90% efficiency, but I haven't got 90% out of them. Every once in a while, when the sun's real bright and it's cool, they'll produce real good. When it's cool like this and good sun, they produce really good. Just have trouble in the heat. Like the heat doesn't like electricity.
Yeah.
I'll put these back up here. Yeah, I'll have this set up have them mounted on the wall when I get done. In here I cleared this space off just for all my inverters. Put them in here. You have to get them out of the weather.
Yeah.
Because I burnt one up because the rain got on it. Snow was actually it was underneath over there underneath my porch, and it got snow on top of it, and snow got in it and it shorted it out. But the supplier replaced it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't tell him I burned it up in the snow, but he replaced it for me. I got a couple more inverters in here.
Okay.
Follow me. They range from 300 watts to 5,000 watts. And here's what I meant by explain what I meant on the phone earlier about a four-way. This is 4 into 1. You can hook 4 panels into one inverter. That way, it's only got 3 panels on it right now, but I had 4 on it, but I sold 3 of them the other day, so I've only had a chance to hook 3 of them up. I got to unhook one up there and on the roof. Some of those aren't working because they're not hooked up, but that's why I was going to take it and put it over here. Actually, they're all going over there.
So does all the wiring and everything come with this?
No, that's figure about $1 a foot. You can
what gauge is it?
10.
10 gauge?
10 and 12.
10 and 12.
Yeah,
okay.
the cheaper is 12. 10 will probably carry more electricity for you, but if you can't afford the 10, there's this double wire here. You can get it out of Dallas. I've got the address and phone number saved in my stuff in the house. If you guys want to buy the 2 wire together, you can get that. Or not, you're going to have to run 2 wires. This is the 1,000 watt, and then I got another 500, and then this is a little 350. I got 1 panel hooked up to it, and then I got 3 more in the carport, but it's dark in there. You wouldn't be able to camera.
Yeah.
But that's
so that's 1,000 watts.
That's 1,000 watts. So what you do is you can hook 3 or 4 panels up to that one. Like this, is what I said. You could buy 1,000. You guys are interested in getting started. You know, if you can afford to get 1,000 watt and buy 2 panels, next month buy 2 more panels. But buy the 4-way. It'll save you on the wiring. You don't have to buy the wiring once. You understand that?
Yeah.
You got that?
Yeah.
On eBay, if you catch that 12 gauge wire, I got some for $60 for 100 foot the other day, and it's coming in the mail to match this 100 foot piece right there.
So this is just plugged directly into the power strip.
Yep.
And then from there it's plugged into a cord, and it goes to it actually plugs into your house. Yeah. Into a socket in the house.
Yes. No, I've got a breaker box in the shop.
Okay.
And plugs out there. It plugs into my shop.
Okay.
I got a breaker box out there, and it's better to have a separate outlet. They have nothing else on to feed the electricity in.
Okay, so you're feeding into a separate 120 system.
Right.
Okay, I see.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else on it.
Okay.
So it's a lot safer. I don't have nothing else. I got lights.
So do you have that fed into your house, or is it just running?
No, it feeds into the regular box.